Hi, my name is Stephanie Wilson. I'm a PhD candidate at Purdue University, and today I'm going to be talking about the business that I launched a year ago with my co-founder Luke Hanna called Applied Worldwide. So Applied Worldwide is a digital content production company with a focus on applied sociology across the globe. We started this venture as graduate students because we found it difficult to find any sort of solid frame for what it really means to be an applied sociologist. Which brings me to a quote from an article from the late Jay Weinstein in Contemporary Sociology in 2000. The quote comes from a graduate student, and it goes, "When I first heard the term applied sociology at my graduate student orientation, things seemed neutral enough, but it didn't take long to see that things were not so neutral. Faculty members paid lip service to graduate students who sought careers in, say, social services, public administration, or environmental policy, but true mentoring was aimed at students seeking the tenure track life. I used to just complain that such attitudes were elitist. Now I also see the ways that these institutional attitudes and practices exacerbate the public confusion over what sociology is all about." So this is not an isolated or outdated experience, and organizations like AACS offer amazing resources for graduate students with these experiences, but we noticed that the frame we're missing started with the internet and the information that's available there. So let me give you a quick demonstration I like to use to explain this. So you go to Google and you search psychology careers, you get a list that comes up right away on Google of all of these careers that explicitly show how psychology is at the core of those careers, right? So you have industrial organizational psychologists, neuropsychologists, engineering psychologists, counseling psychologists, right? If we do the same thing for sociology careers, we still get a list that comes up right away in Google, but none of the careers down that list explicitly mention the involvement of sociology in those career paths, right? So there's plenty of sociologists or students who major in sociology that go into management consulting, human resources, market research analysis, right? But it's not clear the connection between those careers and sociology. Since October 2019, we've been producing original written and visual content for our website, appliedworldwide.com, and each of the accompanying social media accounts, which include Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. So all of our content aims to showcase the applicability, versatility, and necessity of sociology, with the goal of creating this frame that was missing online, right? So today I want to share 3 of our projects with you all that exemplify Applied Worldwide's mission and how we're sort of constructing that frame online for what sociology and particularly applied sociology is. So the first project is our profiles of applied and clinical sociologists. This was one of our first projects that we launched, and considering where I was in my graduate education and knowing how many of my peers were in similar positions and feeling similarly lost, it really made sense to reach out to people like you all, applied and clinical sociologists, who were already out there forging these career paths, to collect advice from you all. So we knew a few applied sociologists we could reach out to, but we really relied heavily on AACS to make this project a reality. So if any of you from AACS are watching this today, thank you for your participation and for helping us make this a reality. So with the help of you all, we were able to collect a total of 16 profile interviews full of useful advice and insight for both graduate students and undergraduate sociology students. To give you all an idea of how these profiles were constructed, through an online interview form, we asked folks to provide information on how they establish themselves as applied or clinical sociologists, as well as advice for students striving for sociological careers in similar domains. And some of those domains covered in the project include healthcare, criminal justice, marketing, business, design, and development. So you can access that project and all the profiles included in it at appliedworldwide.com/profile directory, or you can also access it through AACS's website. We're still eager to keep expanding this project, beyond what it is now. So please reach out to us if you're eager to share your advice with students. And you can email us at appliedworldwide@gmail.com. The second project I want to share is our International Student Essay Competition that we launched this year. So we really wanted to provide an opportunity for students to write both sociologically and creatively while showcasing why young people think sociology is important. So most of the opportunities for writing competitions in sociology are centered around this research paper, and we wanted to provide something outside of that for students, and not just for students in the US, but for students all over the world studying sociology. So we awarded first, second, and third place cash prizes to 16 students from 4 different countries as a result of this competition, and we published each winner's essay on our website. We received a ton of creative responses to this prompt, but the really cool part was noticing how young people around the world are associating sociology with both social change and social justice. So in other words, they wrote about applied sociology and the importance of it across the globe. You can access the collection of those student essays at appliedworldwide.com at the Essay Competition tab. And we definitely plan on hosting more competitions in the future, so follow us on social media for those announcements so that you can share with your students if you are an instructor. As you can see, we're still releasing those essays, so we have a few more left to release and publish on the website. The last project I want to share happened more behind the scenes. So since the beginning of the year, we've made it our goal to diversify the content that we produce through Applied Worldwide by hiring guest contributors. A lot of the written content on the website is experiential, and we want to make sure that it's diverse and doesn't just represent our own experiences. We also want to contribute to the growth of a global sociology that's focused around application around the globe from a localized perspective. So what I mean by that is we wanted perspectives on the usefulness of sociology in Pakistan from Pakistani sociologists, not American sociologists. We knew we weren't necessarily the best people to be writing about social problems and solutions to those problems outside of the US, but we still wanted to prioritize the importance of sociology in other countries. So through our efforts, we've hired sociologists from 7 countries as paid freelance writers who together have produced dozens of articles for the website for each of our subpages, which include our Learn page, our Explore page, and our Teach page. And so the Learn page houses educational content for learning what sociology is all about and how it might be applied. One example is our Topical Analyses in Sociology subpage, which features pieces applying sociological concepts and ideas to current topics. The Explore page is home to our experiential pieces that explore various aspects of society through sociology. And this content is meant to showcase social experiences from across the globe. And one example here is our Cultural Experiences subpage. Our Teach page is dedicated to content for sociology educators, and particularly those interested in emphasizing application in the classroom. One of our Teach subpages is focused on using social media in the classroom to help students apply sociology to their everyday lives. With the help of our guest contributors, we've been able to grow our libraries on our subpages, each of which is optimized for search engines so that they're easily accessible to find online. Which brings me back to the point at the beginning about how we're creating an internet frame for applied sociology. So far, we've had users from 120 countries over the past year. Roughly half of those users are in the US. The countries with our next largest audiences include Nigeria, India, the UK, and Canada. On this map, you can see the countries that we haven't reached yet, but you can also see that this frame is resonating with sociologists in every continent. And that's because people are eager to see sociology in action and driving social change and social justice. So over the last year, we've reached more sociologists who are passionate about application than we could have hoped for. But to continue to diversify our content, we need to keep connecting with sociologists from all around the world. With that said, if what we're doing resonates with you, please reach out so that we can include your expertise and advice in this frame that we're constructing. Thank you all for joining me for this presentation today, and I look forward to any questions or comments that you have for me. Thanks.